Now that my debut novella is out and I have followers and fans, I need to have a frank discussion with you about growing the backlist and driving sales. Okay, so it's not a discussion. It's more like a lecture, but not a sermon-y type lecture. More like it's a plea for help. Whatever. It costs money to produce a book, and it takes a decent amount of money to make a decent book. That is, a book that is well edited with a nice cover, an ebook version, and an audiobook version. I'm funding this out of my own pocket. As it stands right now, I'm roughly 10% of the way to breaking even on The Revenant and the Tomb, when you include all the costs of production of the book, the audiobook, and spending on advertising. I figure I can produce 3 books in this manner. After that, I'm going to have to make a gut check as to whether I want to continue to write and produce books. Fact is, I need to have sales for this to continue. I need to grow my readership base, and I need to do that in the most cost-efficient manner possible. I'm not without plans. I'm gaining some influence via social media. At some point, I will be attending conventions to hawk my wares. These videos help a bit, but this is a long, difficult, and expensive road to travel. And the reality is, in the world of literature, these are not the main drivers of sales. The key to bigger book sales is, well, you. There's an interview out there by Donald Maass that I came across a while back. I'll place the link in the description. Donald Maass is, he's founded his own literary agency, and he's also written a book called Writing the Breakout Novel. He's an insider who's been in the literary world for a pretty long time. There were a couple nuggets of info that I pulled from the interview. The first fact that he threw out was that 2/3 of all book sales are branded sales, meaning that book buyers are likely to go back to authors that they enjoy. So hopefully you've enjoyed The Revenant and the Tomb enough to come back for my next book. The second has to do with what drives initial non-branded sales and specifically discusses debut authors' sales. But what's interesting to us, okay, debut novel. What causes people, and he kind of stops there, but he means buy the book. There are 2 factors that are tied as a matter of fact. One is store display, but the other thing that's tied with it is word of mouth, and that is not something you can buy. It's not something you can engineer or force to happen. That is enthusiastic readers spreading the word, as it were. Essentially what Donald is saying is that one of the biggest drivers of sales is people who were enthusiastic enough about the author and their content to spread the word and tell everyone they know. I'm not going to get a store display at, say, Barnes & Noble. That only leaves me one major driver of sales, you, the reader, the fan. I know that some of you are working towards that end. For that, you have my gratitude, but I do need more of you spreading the word. The fact is, advertising is expensive. Most social media isn't effective. You have to have thousands of followers to get a fraction of sales. It usually hangs out in the sub 1% range. I have a few avenues yet to try, but for the most part, I'm restricted to what I can do. Reviews are not easy to come by. Many reviewers will not review a book that is sent to them. They only do reviews for authors who have a certain level of name recognition. So my only real hope is you, my readers and fans. So anyways, that's what I wanted to say. I look forward to the cover reveal for the next book that will be coming up in September 2022. And I'll talk to you guys later.